Who is ready for a full tutorial? Hey, it's me, your guys' favorite hairstylist, Katie B Hair. And today I'm doing a full transformation. This beauty has 24-inch wefts in right now that we are removing. And stay tuned to the end to see what I end up doing. Okay, so first you want to lift up your weft, and I'm taking the tail of my comb and individually picking out each and every cylinder. Once I have picked out all the cylinders, I'm going to clip the weft on top of the head. Don't mind me, you guys. I have a slight cold right now, so bear with my nasal and my coughing. Okay, so now we've gotten to the end, and you're going to see I'm going to clip it up. Once I clip it up, I'm then going to go through and I'm going to use my pliers, and I will take them on the side and clamp them. And when I'm clamping them the opposite direction that I clamped them on, I'm simply pulling each and every single cylinder off. Once I have removed all of the cylinders, this is going to be the easiest removal, and one of the biggest reasons why I love wefts is the removal. This removal takes no time, and I really didn't fast forward this too much. Usually I have fast forward on 15. I think it's on like 2. So we've got them all out, running around, getting ready, and I'm just going to let down the weft and watch this smooth pull out. Look at that. When you have a smooth pull out like that, that means they took great care of their hair at home. If you have a hard time pulling out that weft, they did not take care of it. Now you're seeing me remove essentially the hair that was stuck in the cylinders that wasn't able to shed. So we call this the shed. And I always tell my clients when I'm doing this process, this is normal. This is the hair that's trapped between your cylinder that you're not able to shed out naturally and comb it when you are combing your hair. So I'm going through making sure I remove all of that. Then I'm going to go back through, and she has one more 24-inch weft below, and I'm going to remove that one. You ready for this? I'm cutting her hair right there. I'm doing a rough cut because this transformation is big. We're doing a lot to her natural hair, and then we're going to also do another install. So I'm cutting her a cute little bob. This is just rough. I am doing this because I don't want to waste a ton of color, so do not judge it being perfect or not. I'm rough cutting. Now here's the action. This is a global blonde. What is a global blonde? It's when the whole head is covered in lightener. I am doing a global blonde with teasies, so this will give a very bright mid and end and diffused at the roots. And I'm just going through section by section, and I am taking my tease and I'm doing 100% tease. So I'm grabbing from the ends and pushing up that tease. That's going to create max dimension when you're pushing up that much hair. Think about when you're teasing. If you tease from the ends all the way up and you comb that out, think of all that depth you're pushing in. Say I just wanted to tease at the roots, I would just tease at the roots and push up, and that would just be a little bit. Now I'm using my nifty little canvas tray, and I have some conditioner in, and I took just a drop of pink pigment from Rusk. This is their Deep Shine Direct pigment. My client is wanting what's considered a corporate friendly pink in her hair. So I wanted to make a very translucent pink to put on her weft, and I'm feathering it because we didn't want it coming straight from the root on the weft, and I'm melting it down with my soft brush. It's very important to use a soft brush when you are melting. The soft brush is going to make sure there's no harsh lines. On this side, you can see I have a weft right there processing, and you can see another bowl with dark color in it. That is a root. I always try to customize the roots to match their roots. I'm using a 7N Express from Rusk. Look at that lift, you guys. This was Rusk Ultimate Blonde Powder Lightener with just a 10 volume. I prefer to do low and slow, and we get that perfect healthy lift. I'm not going to use a toner on this beauty. Nope, because I want as bright as I can get her, and if you can get a clean lifted blonde, then you don't need a gloss. You will end up with that bright blonde that your clients ask for. Too often, stylists will go through and they'll pull a gloss on it. It's not needed. Look at that. Okay, that's her lift. That is raw. There is no gloss whatsoever. And now we are reinstalling her extensions. Now, with the extensions that I use, I get a hard time on these guys because I like to use Hairlock's wefts, and they come standard in a 20-inch length, so I'm going to cut that length off, but first I'm installing my cylinders. My cylinders, I'm checking up, making sure there's no crosshairs, and then we're going to clamp it down 3 times each cylinder. And I'm taking a horseshoe parting around the head. My cute little tray, you guys, this tray, stay tuned later. It's a very handy tray. Keeping this foundation clean is what's going to set you up for creating no damage and healthy hair. So I'm going through and clamping each one. I'm going to then do a no-show row on her after I do this. So a weft will go underneath, a weft will go on top, and those cylinders will be the cheese to the sandwich of my wefts, and I will begin to apply my application with those guys. And I'm just really taking my time working through the tail of my comb, no crosshairs, pushing up the cylinder. And I want this because she has been wearing extensions for years and years. She has no breakage, she has healthy hair, and this is the key to it. So just enjoy me going through, checking those crosshairs, and you can see that I have all those little pin curl clips right there in the camera right by the pliers. Those I keep on hand all the time because I just want to make sure that I have everything that I need to clip away when I need it. Those little stray hairs can really get in the way when you're working, and you don't want to have stray hairs get into your cylinders or into your wefts whatsoever. And typically an install, one row like this will take me about an hour to fully install. And there you go. That's a clean foundation ready. And you guys, I'm cutting all of that off. I'm going to match it up to that hair that we cut off. So I'm going to section from ear to ear, and then I'm going to have her look down. And when I have her look down, I'm going to do a rough cut. So when she looks down, I'm going to check and see where her natural hair is that I cut that bob to. And I'm going to move aside because you don't want to cut too much. I'm cutting to her natural hair. This is a volume install. I'm point cutting, keeping it soft. I'm just trying to set my perimeter right now. I'm not trying to do any precision. The precision will come in once I start to blend her natural hair in with the extension hair. And I'm taking my time because the last thing I want to do is cut into her bob that we cut and not have the shape that I want in there. And once I start getting to the front, we did talk about an A-line. So you see that I'm going to start over directing the hair like to the back. So my hand staying flat against her back, and I'm allowing that hair to over direct up and have elevation off of her body. And you'll see that on the right side once I get to the right side, is I'm going to take the hair that's in front of her right ear, over direct it to the back right there, and I'm going to connect it to the back. And yes, it's not going to look straight, you guys. I'm not going for that right now. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm cutting what I need. And you can see in her front, she doesn't have much length, so I'm doing a faux with it. And I'm just going to keep working until I can cut, because you can always cut off more. You can't put it back on. So taking my time to really connect that back to the front in that over direction, that's what's going to help you on right to left side. So when I move to the left side and I use the same technique, I know when I drop down the hair, I'm going to have a consistent length from right to left side. Once again, just look at this beautiful transformation.